This is ULMX, Society and Culture. What I eat in a day in Germany. So it's about 7:30. I just left the house. I'm out the door, to use a prepositional turn of phrase, and I've had my 3 bananas for breakfast, which there are a couple things to say about the bananas. First of all, the bananas were pretty good. I would say they're above average for Germany. And I would say the average banana is on the lower quality side compared to the ones you get in the United States, because they're both coming from Costa Rica, South America, Central America, and it's a lot further to get here to Germany. That's my theory about why the bananas are a little bit less reliable. But these were really good, and I didn't get to talk about this yet, but another thing that I like to do at breakfast time is drink a ton of water. It's not food, but it's probably twice as important. And this big bottle here, I've had this bottle for like a week and a half already. I got the 2-liter bottle because it's so useful to keep filling it up. And I drink the tap water here, and that's another topic you could go into. Here, you don't have fluoride to worry about, and as long as the pipes don't have like a bad taste in your house, there's really nothing to worry about. The water is really good. I don't know why more people don't drink it. Like, I'm at work pretty much slugging water down all the time, and I would like to drink more because, as you'll see, I eat quite a bit of bread, and that's pretty salty, and it gets you pretty thirsty. But I'm one of the only, if not the only person I know at my company who's like constantly drinking water, who has a water bottle. I have like 5 water bottles, but yeah, I don't know if that's a cultural thing, if that's an awareness thing, if it's just like an age thing, because there's definitely a generational gap kind of between me and like most of my colleagues. And I'm not sure why, but water doesn't seem to be as popular with them, even though it's so good. Anyway, I have 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in my backpack. We'll talk about that at lunchtime because it's kind of a funny topic. It's American food. How weird is that? Canadian white bread is called American bread. But first we'll cut to the sponsor and then we'll talk at lunch.
Dieses Video wurde stolz präsentiert von der ULMX-App, verfügbar im App Store für iOS-Geräte. Android-Benutzer und diejenigen, die das Spiel ausprobieren möchten, können den kostenlosen Podcast auf iTunes und Spotify herunterladen. Bitte beim Podcast nicht vergessen, den Pausenknopf zu drücken. Die App pausiert übrigens automatisch für dich, damit du gleichzeitig anderswo produktiv sein kannst.
You know, sometimes when you're at work, it requires your full concentration. But a lot of times, maybe you drive a lot at work, or you swing a hammer sometimes, like I do. You could use that time to learn something. So if you put it on your headphones, you can play ULMX, or listen to a podcast or whatever, you know. But some of the time, listen to ULMX and play along, and you can be doubly productive, earning some cash and some skills, which is really worth its weight in gold. So basically, in case you're curious, what I'm doing here is I'm just putting these in. I have some steaks here. I have some steaks, and I already spray painted where I have to stake them in because I'm out here by myself. I can't carry the stakes and the GPS and the hammer and the spray. It's just too much stuff to carry all at once. So I made the markings on the ground, and now I'm just staking it in, so it doesn't really require concentration. I could be playing ULMX right now, but I forgot my headphones at home. ULMX rocks. Anyone need a big rock? Hey, look, there's another surveyor over there. It's like seeing a deer or like a bear in the wild or something. It's like so rare. Look at him out there surveying. He's got a pretty big tablet on his thing. Pretty cool. I think he just saw me. So it's about 9 o'clock, and I'm getting kind of hungry again because those 3 bananas probably only had 270, maybe 250 calories, and I've been walking around a bit. It's enough. Getting pretty hungry. This always happens though. Whenever I pack a lunch, I always eat it for breakfast. But we have a good word for that here. We have a word for the breakfast break. It's called fespa or feshpa around here. And I'm going to dig into this peanut butter and jelly stash. So it's 9:30 a.m. time for fespa, the breakfast break. And I have my American white bread, but it's actually Canadian white bread. So the funny thing about this is it's actually hard to buy peanut butter. This type of American bread is fairly common, but if you're trying to find peanut butter, you can get jelly, but the closest thing you can come in like everyday supermarkets is Nutella, which is chocolate basically. I mean, it's nothing like it. I mean, it's got nuts in it, hazelnut, but basically the easiest, cheapest, most common thing to ever eat in the United States is hard to get here in Germany. So if you're a German watching this and you want to hear a little bit about how to make a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I will explain it to you. It starts with the utensils you use. Of course, preparation is everything. When making a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if you're going to do it correctly, you have to use a knife for the peanut butter and a spoon for the jelly, okay? If you wanted to hack it, you could use a spoon for both, but it's really not ideal for spreading the peanut butter. If you really wanted to hack it, I guess you could use a knife for both, but good luck getting the proper amount of jelly onto a knife. It can be done, but it's messy. And then the amount of peanut butter is very important. If you're the kind of person who likes a really fatty meal, put on a lot of peanut butter. If you're the kind of person who likes feeling like they can't swallow what they're eating because it's so thick, put on a lot of peanut butter. Otherwise, what I do is just block the pores of the bread with the peanut butter. That way the jelly can't get the bread too soggy. But that's pretty much it. It's important though, like just having a jelly sandwich isn't that good. If you put peanut butter on there, you get this contrast in the flavors and you definitely prevent the bread from getting soggy. So unfortunately, it is required in order to actually make a proper jelly sandwich. You need the peanut butter. It's just not optional. Unfortunately, you can't get it at a normal Lidl, Aldi, unless it's like special times of year. The ones that we have at home are from the American week or themed time. I don't know how long it lasted, but they have American products at Aldi, like, I don't know, what do you think is American? Like barbecue sauce. They have so many things that I don't even think are actually American, like blueberry syrup. I mean, it's not good, first of all, and no one eats that. You use maple syrup, and that's there all year round. Also, Canadian. But funny thing about the bread is, you know, Germany is the capital of bread, and they don't really respect this bread much. It's there, but it's just not eaten by many people. It's not very popular. And it's considered American, which I find hilarious because we've always known it as Canadian white bread. Hey, I guess Canadians are North Americans, technically. Okay, I showed you lunch, peanut butter and jelly. Now I want to show you something that I really, really love. Not really like passionate about peanut butter and jelly. It's just something to fill the gaps, you know? But this is really healthy and really one of my favorite foods. These are medjool dates. When I started eating dates back in the United States, it was Californian dates on the plate, or they were Californian dates in the smoothie. But these, I believe, are a product of Israel. Yep, Israel, Palestine, depending on your political affiliation. This is not a political show. A man's got to be healthy, and fruit is a crucial part of being healthy. And these are some of the only medjool dates you can get. They're almost always from Israel. I do think there's some kind of ethical debate as to whether these dates should be bought. You have to eat fruit, and this is one of the only fruits you can really, at any time of year, get enough calories from to actually help you through the day. So what I'm going to show you is my recipe for, I soak the dates in the blender, and then after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, they get really soft, and then you can blend it up into almost like a milkshake. As you can see, that's what it looks like. It's going to soak. It'll look a little bit different when it's really like ready to blend. You can really see like the sugar kind of dissolves into the water, and there's like a juice floating around it. I use 2 packages, so that's 400 grams of dates. Usually they're about 2,000 or so calories per kilo. Yeah, this says 2,850 calories per kilo. So the beauty with dates is like blending a smoothie. That's never really the difficult part of like having a healthy lifestyle. The smoothie's the easy part. Storing the fruit's pretty hard because the fruit can go off like that, but dates almost never go off. In fact, dates are a desert fruit. They become ripe in around September or end of August. And so these dates at Alnatura are actually from 2018, August, September. So they've been in this package here, drying out, and you might find inside one that it's gone off, that it's got mold, or that it's got like little bugs in there, but like a bunch of dates in a box, you're not going to find like mold, growing in between the dates. Kind of dark over here, but I found like a moldy one of these, like down at the bottom, it got squished. Little juice started coming out. Look at all these fruit flies. That's another thing. That's a whole nother topic. The fruit fly disaster when trying to eat a lot of fruit and healthy foods. But, you got to fight the battle. It's a battle worth fighting because they say like one of the biggest health risks is just simply, like when they do these studies, they have all these risk parameters and stuff. And like basically the biggest risk is not eating enough fruit. That's the biggest risk to your health, not eating enough fruit. I love juice too. Grape juice. Okay, it's dinner time. One last meal. We got some rice here and some vegetables. And those are just some like beans you can find in the supermarket. They're pretty long, and then I cut them up. And now some rice, some beans, and rice. Green beans, vegetables, carbohydrates, energy. Should be good. So that's it. This type of bean I've never seen before. It's kind of like a green bean, but it's like a foot long. And we have in here a mixture of jasmine, and parboiled rice. So, yeah, make of that what you will. So I put some pepper on there, squeeze a little lemon on there. I don't have time to cook, honestly, but I'm pretty good at it. Most of the time, I prefer to be making videos when I have time because I want to get the message about ULMX out to the world, produce more content for ULMX. I do like to eat though because it helps me do that. But cooking, this isn't really cooking. I use a rice cooker to make the rice. I have to thank my wife. She got me that for my 28th birthday. And it's a pretty good device. I've had a couple of other rice cookers. They're a lot cheaper. They're like Walmart rice cookers. I'm not sure if this is a German manufacturer or whatever, but it's got some good features. Pretty good rice cooker. But that's it for today. You'll see me in the next video. Peace out from ULMX, Universal Language Media Exchange from Ulm. Bye-bye.
Dieses Video wurde stolz präsentiert von der ULMX-App, verfügbar im App Store für iOS-Geräte. Android-Benutzer und diejenigen, die das Spiel ausprobieren möchten, können den kostenlosen Podcast auf iTunes und Spotify herunterladen. Bitte beim Podcast nicht vergessen, den Pausenknopf zu drücken. Die App pausiert übrigens automatisch für dich, damit du gleichzeitig anderswo produktiv sein kannst.
Diese Folge ist perfekt geeignet fürs erste Treffen mit einem neuen Kollegen. This episode is perfectly suited for your first meeting with a new colleague. Englisch für Guten Tag, Herr Professor. Ich bin der neue Student aus Deutschland. Ist Good afternoon, Professor. I'm the new student from Germany. Guten Tag, Herr Professor. Ich bin der neue Student aus Deutschland.
Good afternoon, Professor. I'm the new student from Germany.
Good afternoon, Professor. I'm the new student from Germany.
Entschuldigung.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Entschuldigung.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Guten Tag, Herr Professor. Ich bin der neue Student aus Deutschland.
Good afternoon, Professor. I'm the new student from Germany.
Good afternoon, Professor. I'm the new student from Germany.
Englisch für Störe ich? Ist Am I interrupting? Störe ich?
Am I interrupting?
Am I interrupting?
Entschuldigung, störe ich?
Excuse me. Am I interrupting?
Excuse me. Am I interrupting?
Ich wollte nicht stören.
I didn't want to interrupt.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Entschuldigung, störe ich?
Excuse me. Am I interrupting?
Excuse me. Am I interrupting?